Go. Let's just double check that sound. Yep. All right, so I was made redundant. Redundant, man. Redundant. Redundancy is such a dirty word, man. I swear, it feels like such a dirty word. I've tried not to really talk about redundancy because redundancy just kind of, I don't want a pity party. Like, I'm not the first person. I'm definitely not the last person either to be made redundant. I'm definitely not even the only person to be made redundant from my batch of people. So for me, this is like, let's go. Let's make this happen. I've been working for Channel 4, 4 Music, The Box for several years. And this year, at the end of January, there was national news on this. Over 200 jobs were on the line at Channel 4 and basically meant that I got made redundant. Channel 4, first of all, their decision was based on the fact that they want to go into a more digital direction. So Channel 4 is digital. If you go online now, you can access Channel 4. You can watch their back catalogue, stream stuff, all that good stuff. I've done bits of that for the business, but ultimately, the whole time I was there, I was part of the music channels. And, you know, when it comes to music television, it has been on the decline. Even the way that we consume music videos these days, it's like you might scroll, you might see something for like 30 seconds and then keep it moving. Like the attention span is different. Gone are the days where you'd watch like a 20-minute short film, you know. That's why I got into music television. You know, I got into music television because when I was a kid, I saw Jamiroquai, I saw Daft Punk, I saw Missy, I saw Busta, I saw Outkast, all these creative minds, you know, just being almost like one of one. Like, I think at that time, the labels would kind of filter you through and it would be like, there'd be a lot more gatekeeping, which in one way kind of sucks, but in another way was cool because, you know, you couldn't have one person being like another person. And not even just that, like the budgets were different, you know, like you would see stuff and the narratives and all that cool stuff. One of the main reasons why I'm here and I'm doing this vlog format, which I'm going to call Krash Chronicles, is because of the reason why, my next steps, which I'm going to talk about. But first of all, I'm just going to kind of talk a little bit about the redundancy process. So what happens when you get made redundant? When you have 20 or more people being potentially made redundant, what they do is a consultation. This is just like by law, you know, if you have 20 or more people that you're going to be made redundant, you have to do a consultation. A consultation is basically like having a union or a committee of people that basically voice their opinions and voice what they might want to happen with their, you know, their job prospects, basically, whether or not they can still be of use to the business or whether they might have to compete with somebody else or reapply for their job, or just all that kind of difficult, those tough conversations have to be had. And it's hard because it's like some people actually, they've been waiting for this moment because, you know, they might get this big payout, and then other people might have only been in the business for like, I don't know, a year. So they're not really going to get anything. And this might have been their first big break in the industry. Luckily for me, it wasn't my first break in the industry, but it was one of my most favorite places to work. You know, over time, I loved it, but I just seen people drop off over time because of budgets and because of cuts. And yeah, it sucks, man. It really, really does suck. But in terms of the support I've had, yeah, I want to big up Bec 2. So Bec 2 is the union that I joined when I was hearing murmurings of being made redundant. Bec 2, they are like a media and film union that, yeah, basically they just give me the insight as to, you know, what I should be negotiating, what I should maybe expect from my next steps. And then they also had somebody come in with me as almost like a representative who might ask questions and just basically be like a middleman. And they were definitely that, really, really helpful. I got a payout, of course. I was entitled to a payout, but yeah, I got a decent payout, and that has helped me. It's helping me right now to basically invest in myself, and it's created a buffer so I don't have to rush off into a new venture immediately. But yeah, I wanna big them up. I wanna big up, some of my friends, my loved ones who, yeah, just been really, really rooting for me, man. Because honestly, this has been a long time coming in the sense of not the redundancy, but just moving. Because I'm creative. I'm creative for people all the time. I'm creative. I've been creative for Channel 4, for music for years. But doing stuff for myself, I haven't necessarily put it to the wayside, but I've always done little bits for myself. I've always dipped my toe into other things for myself as and when I can, And then on top of that, I've been doing freelance stuff as well, just on top of what I do. So, I can travel and I can just enjoy things just with that little bit extra peace of mind, But now I've taken off the stabilizers and I'm ready, what I'm saying? I'm ready to just go. Mental health wise, like the last 6 months it's been good. I've definitely been quietly confident because, this isn't the beginning of my career. It's definitely not the end either. And everyone I've spoken to can kind of see the progression. They can see like the vision in what I've been speaking about. But yeah, there's been maybe a couple times I've woken up in cold sweats, like, oh man, like, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna make money? Like, how am I gonna be able to eat? Like, I've got a daughter, I've got to be able to provide. And I've been doing that. I've been doing that since she was born. I'm gonna continue to do that. But how? Not even, what if I can't? I am, but how? And I want to be able to be doing something that I love. So the next step for me, I said to myself, instead of, getting another staff job, I'm really going to give this a shot and I'm going to be my own business. I'm going to start my own business. And that is what I've been doing. So for those of you who may or may not have heard from me for a little while, it's basically been because I've been just transitioning, man, really transitioning and just working because I don't just want to talk about it. I want to make things happen. I'm always that person who makes things happen for himself, and this is no different to that. Obviously, this is another hurdle. I'm gonna learn stuff about the business or just being a business owner. Like, I have already started that process. This whole Krash Chronicles vlogging series, whatever you want to call it, is gonna deep dive into some of that, and I'm gonna try and keep it short as well. Like, it's gonna be very punchy because I know, people got stuff to do and I got stuff to do as well. There's so many clients out there that I haven't met yet. There's so many people that I want to collaborate with musically, visually. I just want to make some dope you know what I'm saying? So big up everyone who is praying for me. I want to big up everyone who's just, sending me well wishes. My website is live right now. Make sure you check that out. There's packages on there if you're interested. Obviously, if you just want to speak to me straight away about whatever, there's a button there. You can hit that, WhatsApp me. I'm going to put some links below. I just want to be able to keep creating, and I'm going to do that. Obviously, I'm going to be taking you on the journey of starting a business, like what I've done so far, what I still need to do perhaps. I'm also going to talk a little bit about closing the music channels as well, because although something's come to an end, the way in which we did it, we tied it in a nice bow, and I was a big part of that. So end of an era, start of a new one. I'll see you guys soon. I'm just gonna say, I'll put a video here that you can check out. That will have some showreel stuff that you can check out. Like Jay said, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Krash.